Good morning. Good morning. Let's see what we got here. Well, I tell you what, the time just ran this morning. Usually I get bored and I walk away and start fixing breakfast or something. Came back, it was 8 o'clock. I was like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. All right. Anyway, so let's go ahead and see what we got this morning. Um, let's go over here to the scanners. So this morning we got LABD. LABD is up quite a bit. No, there was another gainer up here. Let me see, where'd it go? Did it drop too far? I was looking at one that was called, this is biotech. Oh, BCDA. Oh wow, it did go down quite a bit. I saw this one this morning. I was like, oh, that might be interesting. But yeah, not so much. This thing dropped all the way back down to 469 from 715. Okay. LABD. So I know that the market is going down right now. I want to try to find some things that do not follow the market over here on the scans. One of the things that I have been bringing back into my trading is looking at the beta, and TOS does offer this beta as a field that you can look for. And what it is it is a indication of how, or generally how, a stock or ticker follows the market. And so any negative numbers or zero means that it doesn't have a real statistical correlation with the market. And any positive numbers means that it does follow the market quite a bit. I did take a trade on this week. I took a trade on Uber and um, something else that I'm forgetting right now. Let me see. Uber and Quartz. Is that right? Uber and Quartz. I traded those on. Oh yeah, Quartz. Okay. Yeah. So took two trades. Those both were green this week, and those were both on this week, right? The fourth. Oh yeah, both were on. One was on Tuesday, and one was on Thursday. That so both the green trades on the week, and looking for a closing week trade if possible. But if not, I'll just leave this week green and go on into the next one. Really didn't see any uh really strong small caps. What I really saw was GameStop and AMC like every single day. And for me, GameStop and AMC are a little bit more risky, especially if you get into them once they're already up. If you get into them when they're dead, cool. Your risk is pretty low. But yeah, they just don't really play well for me. GameStop did drop from $60 down to $30 during after and pre-market. So it went up to 60 and lost $30 of value. And then AMC did about the same move, just on a lesser range. So it went from $5 up to almost 7 and dropped back down almost to $5. So less of a pop on that one. Both of them are, well, GameStop is a large cap right now, but AMC is a small cap. Looking over here on the scans, large caps start at 10 billion. So it goes small caps anything under 2 billion, then mid caps anything from 2 billion up to 10 billion, and then above 10 billion you get your large caps. So but I have been dabbling in the large caps. That's why I traded Uber on yesterday. Actually, let's look at Uber. Let's see where it is now. I I actually traded it for this move right here off of the ATR. Actually, let me show y'all. I actually traded it for an ATR break and hold. Um, And that's been the strategy that I've been, or the pattern that I've been looking for across the board. Small caps, large caps, mid caps, it works on all of them. But I took this trade off of the ATR hold here, and my entry price was 67. I believe it was 67.70 something, 67.73. No. I added to the position. So my original position was 50 shares, and at 60 whatever for this break and hold, 60.70, and then I added on this little dip here, and got an average around 67.83, and then it grinded up. And that's one thing that with the large caps that really makes me scared is the grind, the grinding up. But I got my first profit target, and then it came back and it stopped me out on this candle before it, or was it that candle? Let's see. Boom, boom, boom. No. It stopped me out on this candle. This candle right here. Went up, came back down. I was looking for it to hold, but it just could not. And I was locking in. So based on my ATR trailing stop move, I was moving every 53 cents of profit. So I moved up the stop, and I was like, hey, if it holds up here, great. If it doesn't, I just get out with profit. So 53 cents of profit there. But that's pretty good. As I'm sizing up, as I'm getting more data with these, I'm going to start to size into them even more. This one, I took 50 shares, and then I added another 50 shares for 100 shares. And so, I'm looking to scale up on these large caps. Um, Reliable Rudy, LFLY, took a trade around that flat top. We'll see how it goes. Let's go look at that. Let me brighten this screen up before I go blind. Okay, LFLY. And that's a 295. Let's go look at the larger time frame here. So it looks like it's been trading for about since 2022 to 2024. Let's see. So it is opening up at, so you took the flat top breakout, so that was 275. 275-ish level here. Oops, I didn't have the right drawing tool. And you're looking for it to push on off of that. Okay. LFLY, let's see, only 4 hour, blah blah blah. Let's jump back over here and look at the oops. Jump over here and look at what we got. LFLY. And I am, when it comes to trading, I do trade a lot of catalysts. Like I rarely do anything without catalysts, to be honest. I always check it and see what's going on. And it has helped me out a lot because I stay out of a lot of trash. But let's see. Last catalyst on this one, Leafy Holdings. Inc. reports first quarter 2024 financial results. Leafy names Peter Lee president of chief operating. Actually, I want to see what this company actually does. LFLY. Leafy Holdings owns and operates a platform to provide customers with cannabis information and connects customers to cannabis brands and licensed retailers. The company offers subscription-based marketplace listings, digital advertising solutions, and software and as a service-based tools to cannabis retailers and information, reviews, menus, and ordering and delivery. It takes me and delivery options to its audience through its website and mobile applications. Leafy Holdings Inc. was founded in 2010 and is headquartered in Seattle, Washington. So that's a cannabis play. I would see what the other cannabis stocks are doing. What are some of them? I forget them. There was Cron. There was what's another cannabis stock? Was it Tiva or I forget. I can't bring them off my head, but whatever. How much is that one up though? LFLY. It is up. Right now, 39%. So it is a gapper on today. Has 20 million shares traded, ATR of 32 cents until it recalculates because of this gap up. And we'll see where it goes. It is staying above that 275 though. We'll see what the relative volume does, but it's not looking half bad. Um, it's just one of the cheaper ones. It could give a push. I don't know exactly when they're supposed to be doing all the regulation changes. They're talking about doing the cannabis from level 1 to level 3. And I don't know. I don't know what they're trying to do. I don't know what they're trying to do with cannabis or when it's going to into effect. Um, Yang is only up 4%. See, most of the things that I'm seeing on mine, like above $5, are just not alive. Like up 4% is crazy. But with the SPY diving like it's been, I'm like, should I trade one of these that is um a beta that does not follow the SPY too much? Like if the SPY is going down, is this thing gonna go opposite? And that's kind of what we're seeing on these. We're seeing them go the opposite way as the SPY goes down. The only problem is if the SPY reverses, that could really mess me up. And if it goes up on a Friday, which is a natural sellout day, that would be crazy. Let's see. CLSK. Oh yeah, but this week I took Wednesday, went out to see some clients and things like that. Well, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, see some clients, and next week I'll be doing the same. When Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I will be out, and probably the week after that too, because we're working on a project to get them all settled out, and yeah, that'll conclude that little journey. Just had to get my hands in the dirt a little bit, get from under my rock. I'm usually like Patrick from SpongeBob. I'm just under my rock, just chilling. Don't move unless I have to, unless the water dries up. But it's opportunity, and usually on Wednesdays anyway. With my statistics, I really don't trade on Wednesdays anyway. So I just go get paid another way. Hump day, but I have been seeing some large caps move on hump day though, especially when the Fed comes out with news. So I don't know. That could change, especially with large caps if there's opportunities. With small caps, not so much, but large caps maybe. We'll see what kind of news is on the week and what we can eat on. You guys see anything else that's up other than LFLY? Definitely let me know. LFLY does look like a low float though. Let's go look at that. Statistics. The float is 1.84 million in the float. Very low float. Um, Pretty large insider holding in comparison to the institution. So insiders are already in on that one. We'll see how that reacts today. If sellers or if buyers want to come in or sellers want to come in and get active. Let's go to BAM SEC, LFLY. We do have a shelf registration from last year, 3/29/23. Let's look at the shortsqueeze.com, LFLY. Float is pretty much what it was looking like on the other one. Short increase or decrease, the short percent increased by 19%. Let's see. Anything else? Yep. So pretty nice holding by the insiders on this one. Anything else I want to see? LFL. LFLY. Same thing over here. So that float is pretty much confirmed between the different sites. And short interest, this short interest was taken on 5/15/24, 83,000 shares of short interest there. And so we know that there's a million, what, a 1.85 million float that is publicly traded, public float, and this much of it has short interest. That's a lot of short interest. And like we saw in the short interest here, or shortsqueeze.com, it increased 19%. Now this thing is a 20-minute delay because I don't have the paid version, so it probably will update later on in the day. But interesting that there's that much short interest on that one, and increased short interest as well. Let's actually read this news report from May 9th. So it reported a net loss of 2.4 million and adjusted EBITDA loss of 0.9 million. Hires financial advisors, exploring financing and strategic opportunities. We remain committed to boosting our operational efficiency as we focus on stabilizing revenue and prioritizing ongoing value for our partners, said Yoko Miyashita, CEO of Leafy. We're excited by the recent historic announcement by the DA and its plan to reschedule cannabis. That's what I was thinking this play was about. First quarter financial results, revenue was 9 million compared to 11 million Q1 of 2023. Retail revenue was 7.9 million compared to 9.5 million in Q1 2023. Brand revenue was 1.2 million compared to 1.8, so just lower overall on the Q1. Gross margin was 89%, an improvement over Q1 gross margin. Total operating expense 9.8 million, a 34% reduction from the 14.9 million in Q1. So they actually decreased their operating expense 34%. Net loss 2.4 million compared to net loss of 5.4 million. Okay. So a lot of numbers there. We'll see how they do. Are they still over 75? Coming back and testing this 75, seeing if it can hold into the open. We have about 10 minutes left into the open, and LFLY threw a wick up here to value level high of around the 325 zone, I would say. Hit a high right at 324 and came back down. We'll see where the ATRs land on this one and which ATRs it wants to test, whether they are up or down. And I'm going to keep my eyes open for anything else getting over $5. I guess GameStop is pretty much dead, man. I don't know. It's down 18%, almost 20%. I would have hated to be a person that like bought this long for a leg back up. Right here is 61 coming into the open. That's just death. Like you already missed a move and now you're getting crucified. And AMC, the same thing, just death. Not as much death, but definitely death. TMF dropped off. Yen. Invex. I saw Invex going up during the pre-market here, and I was thinking, well, maybe it'll be a trader if it can hold up 24s, but it actually cracked down, started testing the ATR lows, and I just left it alone. Really like to see them play around the ATR highs for me, whether they're small cap, mid cap, whatever. Play the highs and have some catalysts to go higher, not just focusing on the ATRs. SoFi. What is Dell out here doing? Still dropping. Dell, I actually traded Dell. I can't even remember which one of these days it was, but yeah, I traded it. But man, I think I sold. It might have been this. It had to be one of the days that it's above ATR highs though. So let me see. It couldn't have been any of these days. None of that. That's pre-market. Let me see. What's this day? It would definitely have to be above ATR highs though. It wasn't here. Actually, yeah, this is the day I traded it. Yep. Traded it and I took profit on it, and then it just kind of went down. And then I should have just kept watching it for it to break back over like a day like this. Break back over the ATR high. Get that nice little push right there. So I should have probably just kept it on watch, but I didn't. Because I traded specific catalysts on that day, and I was like, okay, well, maybe it's not going to do what it's going to do. It consolidated around the ATRs, and then it got over them and went up. So that's what I'm looking for. Break that thing, hold it, and go higher. TLT, Nvidia. I have not traded Nvidia yet. I've been looking at Nvidia to trade it, but I just haven't really jumped on the bandwagon for that yet. It's just really, really risky. It has a ATR of $46. So, you know, it kind of moves. It kind of moves. When we look over here on the ATR highs, the only day that I probably would have traded it is this day right here, which was the 5th, but I didn't. I think I was on something else on that day because I just wasn't really interested in Nvidia on that day. But it did make the move, broke over the ATRs, held a little bit, and then went around lunchtime. And that's another thing I've been learning about these large caps. Sometimes they will, like at the beginning of the day, the open, they're just crazy. But then, lunchtime, they start actually moving like you want them. It's like, bro, come on. Why? So I've actually realized that, and I've actually been more patient with those large caps because of that. One, because they don't really drop like that. If they get going, it takes a lot of money to move them up or down, especially in one day. Tesla, have not traded that one yet. AT&T still looking beautiful. Want to see it get up to those 19s. The SPY dumping down here, and all of those stocks that we were talking about with those high betas, we're gonna see them how they play with the SPY today. If they have a high beta, especially if they have a beta of 3 or higher, like they're really following the SPY. PFE. I've been watching Pfizer fall down as well. I'm kind of interested to see how far it's going to fall, though. It does pay a dividend. I forget how much it pays. Let me go look at that. Pfizer, PFE. Relay Therapeutics. Oh, no. I was looking at the dividends. Dividends. So it pays about a 5% dividend. Probably like $1.68 annual dividend. So on 100 shares, you'll get what, $168 per year. Let's see. So they started paying dividends back in 1987. Have been pretty consistent. 45 cents, 50 cents, 60 cents, 30 cents down to 26 cents in 95, 34, 17, 19, 8 cents. So big drop coming into the 2000s, 9 cents, 11, 13, 15, 17, 19, and they've just been on a climb. I wonder if they no, they can't be a dividend king though, because they have to consistently raise their dividends without dropping. So yeah, interesting. I've just been watching it fall on Pfizer. Looking at the daily chart over here, I like these swing high, swing lows. It previously came down to $10 level. It comes down there, I'm definitely in. But yeah, just watching it fall, hoping that it dumps some more. Definitely towards the 20s would be great, but just being patient. UMP. CRM was one that I almost got tempted into trading a couple of times. This is what messed me up though. This fall down right here, I was like, I don't know if I want to trade against that trend on CRM Salesforce. had a huge dump and is still trading within the previous bar. Does not look like it's going to be engulfing any candles anytime soon. So a lot of bearish sentiment behind it. And the day that I looked at it on May the 31st was the first time that I seen it above the ATRs. It came up here and kind of rested. And then I think was this yesterday? Yeah, this was yesterday. I got tempted because it came up here and it swelled down into this divot, but still in my head I was like, man, this thing is downtrend. I don't know if I trust it. So I just didn't touch it. Amazon, have not traded that one yet, still pushing higher. Clean Spark. Oh man, that one went down. I thought that was gonna stay up today. MU, not interested. All right. Well, looks like LFLY pushing up, staying above this 275 level. Continue to stay up there. So let's just watch that one out of the open. We got 2 minutes left. I'm not seeing anything above $5. It really just looks interesting. So I guess we could take one quick glimpse. These are the top volume movers, top 50 over the $5 threshold. Game and AMC leading the way with huge downfalls. So, you know, just not really seeing a whole lot of volume and anything else on anything but game and AMC. So I throw those on the watch. And we'll just watch them get crucified today. And yeah, so let's see. We got a minute left. Jumping back over to LFLY. And it had a previous top around these 325s up there. And the ATR is about to calculate. We'll see what the new one is. Currently, it is 32 cents. Let's see if it jumps up to like 50 cents or something. 30 seconds left. All right, there are the ATRs. ATR low is actually above the 275s. So this level right here. And we'll see if it can start to trade up to these ATR highs or if it wants to come down lower. Looks like it wants to push towards the highs though here at the start. It is hitting the halfway point, the halfway ATR. The full ATR is all the way up here at 330s. And you can see the on the label as well. Pushing up there to 330s, full ATR. What is the ATR right now? It is 39 cents on the daily. So 39 cents pushing on up and out of there. And this is why, you know, I'm like, I want to use these ATRs as like a backstop. I use them as a trailing stop. And so of course I give the market a couple of minutes, first 30 minutes of the market, and then I start trading and I use these as nice little stop points, stop out points. But we'll see if it can hold up these ATRs real quick. It is at 350 jumping, and I know Reliable is very green right now, trading this level here. And for it to go to the low is literally right on the 275. So as long as it stays up here, you know, that will be the ultimate stop out. But the longer that it stays up here, the more it's like instead of coming together, they go apart. The more it moves up, the harder it is for it to get back to these lows, unless it's like a huge slam. So right now I'm thinking bullish until it's not. So I say trust it until you can't trust it anymore. Let's jump over and look at AMC looking dead. Look at GameStop looking dead. So yeah, LFLY looks to be the thing down there under $5. Clean Spark jumping up there a little bit, but that range, I don't know. Lyft, trash. Irene, garbage. Oh man. Well, yeah. So LFLY continue to push, looking like it wants to go to $4. So big level of interest down here around the 312s. We'll see if this point. And a lot of times when I look at the volume profile, I look for very very high levels of volume as a point of maybe support or resistance. So 312 is where I'm thinking it will come back to if it doesn't create another one up here, another higher level of interest between these levels. But I don't know if it's going to get back to 275. It's looking pretty strong right now. On the higher time frames, let's jump out here to the weekly, monthly levels. We can see that this was a engulfing candle, engulfed the previous red candle on the monthly. Has the body of this candle, even to get back down there, will be going under 325s. And it's continuing to push up. So it looks pretty bullish. If we look on the daily chart, we can see the ATR out here is above all ATRs on the day. ATR high on the daily is just about the 350, 348. Usually I just round it to the nearest $half, especially with them being this cheap. 350 is where it needs to hold up. And he's way away from the low. So the low on the day is 260. So yeah, he's looking pretty good on this trade. Looking pretty good on this trade here. All right, let's jump back up to the 15-minute. Yeah, reliable. You getting paid today, man. You're getting paid today. See where this first 15-minute closes, though. We have literally 10 minutes until this one closes. And we have a zone of protection here. So the point of control right here is a point where the previous level came into not exactly equilibrium, but it was a price that it almost was equal. What am I trying to say? It is the point in the value level. So the value level here is from 292 up to 411. It's a point in the value level that received the most attention. And so, that's where you see this big level around 314 to $3 where it received the most attention at that whole dollar level. If it starts to drag this point of control up, then we know that there is more interest for this thing to go higher. So we'll see. But right now, definitely bullish. It's above the ATRs, bullish. Until it cracks this down, I'm thinking bullish. GameStop, AMC. GameStop still down 14%. What is Dust? Dust popping up there. This was one of those that kind of inverses on the SPY, right? 760 has an ATR of 42 cents. It's up 10 cents right now. Only 1 million shares traded on. I don't really like that. It needs more volume. SQQ. SQQ coming up there and testing the ATRs. Is the SPY still dumping? Yeah, it is still dumping, looks like. So SQQ reacting to that SPY movement, and all of those stocks that follow the SPY will probably be reacting to this too, especially around the open. Now, the later in the day it gets, the more time people have to look at the actual news, and if they have good news, they can end up holding up. We're gonna look at Uber real quick. That was one that I traded yesterday. Let me see if it held up. It did not. It is following the SPY like it did yesterday. Following the SPY. So yeah, not looking great there. Glad I'm out of that. Let's see what else. We got Meta, Tesla, but nothing really just stands out as something tradable. That's my only issue. Lyft. Pop down there, way down there, and pop back up. Did the SPY do the same? Not really. All right. Back to LF. Oh my goodness. Broke $4 and still got time on the clock on this first 15 minutes. I want to see a new point of interest up here that is formed though. Can it form around like the $4 or something? And this was a cannabis play, so I don't know if other cannabis stocks are making moves like this. I don't see them on. I don't see anything above 5, but maybe there's something out there. I think Atria was one of those cannabis movers as well. Atria or something. But yeah, for right now, you're looking good. You're looking good. Need to see it get over 4 and hold though. Looking out here on the larger time frames, the break point for this will be the 430s out here on the weekly chart, and you can see that on the monthly as well. That breakout point, which is heading towards, especially if it continues to hold these fours like this. May need to take a break before it breaks that, but it definitely has a lot of potential to break over that 4, especially if it stays up like this. GameStop popped back up a lot. Wow. Let me see where to go. GameStop, AMC is down. No, that's AMC. GameStop is 5% down. GameStop, big pop out of there from the 37s, and it's actually into a halt on GameStop to the 44. It did AMC halt as well. Not yet. Both of them are kind of moving on the same time. Wow, Internet of Things definitely killed the game. Went up 32 and then dove and engulfed that whole candle. DocuSign. Okay. Okay. So I got a meeting coming up real soon. We'll see. All right. FLY. I still don't think it's bearish. Still, if it hasn't cracked down, it's still good. 4 minutes left on this one to close. 15 minute. And looking like GameStop gonna come back to the rescue today. SPY pulling back up as well. Looks like pulling back into these levels. Hasn't completely crashed out just yet. Still up 80% on this thing. Somebody just messaged me. Okay, we'll do. All right, that will work. Okay. But yeah, LFLY. Is there anything else other than LFLY going today? I'm not sure. Maybe they're all cheaper. Yeah, there's a lot of pressure up here above that ATR. I really think it can break that 435 at some point today. I'm just watching the volume profile on the 4 hour and the hour chart as well. Watching them stack up. So right now, I'll be looking for 375 to start becoming a whole point. But we'll see. About to close this candle in about 2 minutes. I just like to look on the higher time frames, to be honest. Engulfing candle. I mean, that's just a lot of buying pressure getting those shorts caught up. And of course, we saw before time the shorts increase on this one. And so there is a lot of potential for them to get squeezed out of their shoes. All right. So this 15-minute candle is about to close up, still above the ATR high. 337s. I would just say 340s. It's 350 on the daily chart. All right, let's see what you got. So look at that volume coming in. This volume level right here. That's another level of interest here. And we need to see which way it goes. Is this going to become support or resistance? Look at that feeding in there. Wow. And it's abnormal. Like you see all of this volume and then you see this thing just getting this movement out of here. Interesting. Okay. Holding those 350s. Coming down, doesn't want to test that 336. Then continue to hold here. People buying and selling all around here. Whenever I see volume come in like that, I kind of always think about those folks that take like a million trades in a day. And I'm like, yeah, that's probably them getting in and out. Look at that. Look at that volume come in there. Becoming a little bit of support for it. Look at that. Wow. Wow. It might pull the point of control up too. Point of control is still at 307. It was at a little bit lower than that at first. It was like two something, but moved it up a little bit, and let's see if this continues to pull it up, because the value level holds the top 70% of trading. So it may actually move up because of all of this action here. And like I said, I was looking for the 375s to start holding, but we'll see. More and more interest coming in here. Wow, 375s. This whole little area just becoming a freaking hot spot. That is crazy. Oh, wow. They're still interested up here. Everybody and their mom getting in right here. I don't know which way it's going to go, but we're about to find out. Okay, it did pull the point of control up here. Point of control came up to 336. So now the point of control, if the point of control just continues to just be pulled up above the ATR, I'm thinking it's super bullish because people are continuing to get in. So we'll see. But this is a cheaper stock, so it's not it's not as stable as some of the bigger ones that pull up the point of control. But just keep everything in mind. Who messaged me? Somebody messaged me. So we haven't seen a 15-minute pullback yet. It's just kind of pushing. And at this point, it's probably hard for shorts to just want to jump on because we haven't seen any type of pullback, how big of a pullback it can get. But still continue to hold above the 350. So that's a $0.50 level that is playing around right now. Going back up to the 75s again. What's happening? So this is the first 30 minutes. Usually this is when I'm like, okay, what am I looking to trade? Pretty much have looked over all the news and kind of just selecting out, cleaning up the watch list, trying to see like what am I trading. As far as now though, I haven't seen anything that I'll be trading on my scans. So just watching this thing be a firework. 350s, 350s. So the range of this stock right, or this candle right here, was from 344 up to 384. So a 40-cent range on this one. The first candle out of the open was from 297 up to 421. The ATR right now is about 45 cents based on the last 14 candles. So let's see. Once it gets some more trading, we'll probably get a new ATR that's even bigger if it continues to show volume like this. High level of interest in this level above the point of control. Can it start holding those 75s though? Reliable called out SFIX could be a continuation play. Let's go look at that one real quick. SFIX. Okay, so how much? Oh yeah, that thing made a big move. Let's go to the higher time frames here. Looking at the monthly chart, yeah, has sold off a little bit. Is this a cannabis play or what kind of play is this? Let me look at that first. SFIX. Stitch Fix. Let's see. Stitch Fix sells a range of apparel, shoes, and accessories for men, women, and kids through its website and mobile application in the United States and the United Kingdom. It offers denim, dresses, blouses, skirts, shoes, jewelry, handbags, and under the Stitch Fix brand. Um, the company was formerly known as Rack Habit Inc. and changed its name to Stitch Fix Inc. in October 2011. Stitch Fix Inc. was incorporated in 2011 and is headquartered in San Francisco, California. Okay, so it is retail. I really don't mess with retail, but I mean, if somebody is interested in retail, I guess. Let's go look at the statistics here. Is it a lower float? Let's see. The float on this one is 76.16 million. Big holdings by institutions. Not a whole lot of insiders. So probably can't get that emotional. But, the more insiders you have, the more emotional you can get because people be trying to dump and sell their shares and get out of positions, take profit. It gets really like an emotional fountain. Let's see. What else on this one? Stitch Fix. SFIX. So Stitch Fix, let's look at his press releases. 2 days ago, they announced their third quarter and or fiscal year 2024 financial results. Stitch Fix announces well, that's basically the same thing. Announces new employee inducement grant. Announces appointment of Lillian Ruimi. Oh my gosh, I can't say it. As chief people officer. Stitch Fix announces new employee inducement grants. Blah blah blah. Okay, so all of their news is pretty much inside of their company, and we want to know what they're gonna do to go outside of their company. You know what I mean? Like, what's next for the people outside of your company? LFLY still going up towards the $4 here. I've been watching this one, and I was looking at this the 375s to be a hold point. It looks like it's holding up. This candle has about 5 minutes left on it. It is staying above the ATR highs on all of the charts over here. Look at this thing, beautiful up there above the 350s and going towards what looks like could possibly be a breakout at the 435s. I don't know if it needs to take a break or what. It has been doing a whole lot of running, but we'll see. Staying around that 375 again. There are 22 million shares traded on this one as of now. GameStop ended up going back down. Bad. Wow, that's a big. It halted up and now is halted down at the crashed the ATR high and wow, down to 39.57 from 47. So how big is that? That's $6 loss. I don't know. $7 loss, something, whatever. A lot of money was lost if you bought this thing to go higher. Let's see about AMC as well. They probably did the same move. Little bit less range on that one. Why do I have General Motors up here? I don't know. FX, SF, whatever. All right, so LFLY coming down to test the ATR. It is below the daily ATR of 350 right now, bouncing on the 15-minute. So the way that I look at it is I'm going to trust it until I can't. and it has two ATR green or high ATRs that it can play off of. It's got this one right here at 325s. It's got this one at the 350s. So if it starts dropping below that, I'm thinking it's going into consolidation in down here around $3, and that's not what we really want. We want to see it continue to move up and over these ATR highs. Value level low right now is at the 315s, and it just moved it down just a little bit, touching that point of control. Point of control moved down 10 cents. It was at 336. Now it's at 326. So that's and this value level is holding the top 70% of trades on the day. Two very large downwards candles, and we'll see where that ends up going if it can hold up these 350s and start getting back above 354, the bodies of these 15-minute candles. But it's got time. This is the beginning of the day on Friday. We do know Friday is usually a natural sell-off day. Let's look at the SPY and what it's doing. So the SPY tried to the SPY tried to crash out, hit the ATR low, bounced up, consolidated a bit, tested the ATR high, and now is in consolidation. And so we want to see the beta for these stocks as well. LFLY has a beta of 2.14, so it does follow the SPY quite a bit, but not as much as some others like CLSK with a 4 beta. But these negatives definitely don't follow the SPY. They don't really care at all. They just do what they want. And looking over at Dust, this one is not following the SPY at all, just doing this thing going up. Irene, that one has a little bit higher beta. LABD up 5% there. But these are all kind of, I don't know. I'm on the fence about those types. Lyft, big dump. It didn't even have a catalyst. That's why I actually was looking at Uber and Lyft yesterday, but Uber actually had the catalyst and Lyft did not. And Lyft is just proven to be a problem. Let me go look at Uber real quick. Uber, woo, Uber. So glad I got up out of you. Still isn't back to where I entered though. I entered right here at the 67.83 was my last position, and it's still holding up that level. So, you know, sometimes that's how it goes. All right, so LFLY coming down to the ATR, the last ATR high, pushing into what looks like consolidation, but it's going to have to drop down a little bit more to go into consolidation. Still has the ability to get back up above the 340s, but as of right now, in my head, when it crashes in here, I'm like, okay, still bullish, but with the implication of bearishness. So we want to see how it holds up here. How it holds up here. Can it get back up and reclaim these 340s? Now, Reliable is in down here under at around the 275, so he's still good. But anybody else trying to play this for scalps, you know, you got to take everything into consideration. Because even if it comes here and just consolidates the rest of the day, he's still good, right? And Reliable, he's he's in the chat. He actually got into this thing. I don't know if he entered. Well, he had to enter pre-market. He had to, yeah. So he entered somewhere up in here for the breakout of this level, which was tested in the right before aftermarket, during pre-market, and then broke it here. So a 3 tap there and getting up out of there. Anyway, it is 9 o'clock. I pretty much have not seen anything that I want to trade. I wish you luck on that trade, Reliable. I believe that you got into a good one with a good position, especially if it continues to play higher. Looking over on the scans, we can see that the relative volume on LFLY is 154 times the normal. The relative standard deviation is 7 deviations from the norm, with 25 million shares traded in a super low float. So, you know, very, and also it has a higher beta. So is the SPY coming up as well? The SPY may support this move upwards, especially if it starts to break upward. SPY getting back, let's see. So the ATR high for the SPY is the 534s, which is kind of testing right now. Looking for a break on that. But above that, it could take LFLY higher. So I think that you're in a good spot based on all of the criteria there. Plus, it's up 65%, so people will see it. People will see it. So we'll see. Anyway, I got to get ready for this meeting coming up. And next week, I won't be streaming on Wednesday again. I'll be streaming Monday and Friday. This week, Green Week, traded Uber and Quartz, CORZ. I don't think I showed that one, but Quartz, yeah, Quartz ended up going up. I traded this one on the 5th. Let me see when. This is the 4th. This is when was Tuesday. Tuesday was the 4th. So I traded it on this day. Took 1,000 shares, got a nice little ride up, and got on out of there on Quartz. It did continue to go up, and that's, I mean, you know, I like to see them continue to go up because I know I have the right thesis going into, you know, the future. It went up, got over the ATR highs, consolidated a little bit, didn't really separate from the ATR highs. And then we see this big move off of the ATR highs from what, $7.49 up here to going towards $8. So, you know, could have swung it, but I'm looking for day trades on these types. So whatever. Would have been pretty good from where I entered down here at 659, but I don't like risking and holding overnight, especially 1,000 shares. Look at this drop on this right here on the next day after if I would have held that 1,000. So I get in here 660, holding 1,000 shares. It drops down to 629s with 1,000 shares. That's just like, what is that loss? 40-cent loss on 1,000 shares, $400. It just makes me itch, you know. But anyway, that is it for today. I'm going to get ready to. Oh, I didn't even show you guys that. This is what I was talking about. Enter here 1,000 shares. I was on the scans. Enter here 1,000 shares. Got the little move up. Got out. If I would have held overnight, this was the drop on the next day down to 630s. And that, yeah, just doesn't really work for me. But anyway, that is it for today. I will see you guys on next week. Starting off the month green, starting off with the green week, looking for more profits, looking for a better catalyst and all of that stuff coming into next week. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.